to Rise and Align, where we talk about all things high vibrational. We are your hosts, Demi and
Halie. Today we have a really fun episode for you. I just want to start off by welcoming you guys. If you are new, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you find something valuable from this episode, and I hope that you find that it raises your vibration. And if you are returning, we appreciate you so much, and let's get into it. So today's episode is inspired by the summer, and it's kind of going to play off of our spring episode. So if you listened to that a few months back, this is going to be kind of the next step of the cycle. So we talk frequently about living with the earth and living in tune with the earth. This kind of allows you to find balance and flow with the natural forces. And when you are living aligned with the seasons, you're connecting to universal forces, I feel like. So we are going to talk about what the energy of summer is, and, just how we like to live in the summer and how we embody this energy. So to me, summer is very much like fast-paced. It's peak energy, and it kind of represents the fire element. And it is a very determined time. It's passionate, it's creativity, and it's also transformation and renewal. If you think about butterflies in the winter, we're reflecting the spring, we are setting our intentions. So it's like the caterpillar. And then in the summer, we are emerging as a butterfly, or the flowers are being planted in the spring and they're emerging into the summer, and that can be represented internally as well.
So I was thinking a lot of the same things. When I think of the energy of summer, I think of tarot cards too. I think of wands, diamonds, fire, fast pace. I think of love, and I think to really embody the energy of summer, I think you have to be really present, because it is just so fast moving. And we had kind of talked about prior to the episode, how to stay grounded and, well rested and take the most advantage of your time in summer. And I think that requires so much presence and just living in the moment. And, I think I can be more impulsive in the summertime, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just okay, what feels the best? What's most authentic and true to me right now in this moment? I know right now I've noticed so many of my friends are doing so many different things, and they're all asking me come over for a barbecue, let's go out to this, let's go to this concert, and I have to sit and say, okay, what feels best to me right now? And then when I'm doing stuff, I'm okay, I want to be really present and absorb, take my time as much as I can, so that I can enjoy it as much as I can, because I know summer moves so quickly. And we do so much, so it the more you're doing, the faster it seems like it's going as well.
Yeah. You have to savor it, find ways to savor in the deliciousness of the season, for sure.
Yes.
Definitely, I feel like it is a time of more spontaneity and adventure and fun, and kind of that childlike playfulness.
Yes.
But also that can lead to burning out. You can burn yourself out in the summer, because if you don't do what you just said, because there's so much going on all the time. And yes, that's super great, because we are out of hibernation, and it is the time to do all the things. But it also, you have to kind of take a step back, soak it in, and also make sure you are doing things that truly feel good to you and is nourishing to you, so that you don't burn yourself out from doing too much in the summer,
I think one way to do that, and of course we talk about it in nearly every episode, but is to make sure that you're sticking with a practice that helps you to stay grounded and helps you to stay present and helps you to really align with your most authentic self, so that you can feel what is right for you, and also it's okay to say no. I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was when I don't want to do something, I just flat out tell them I don't want to do it. And some people might take offense to that, but that's setting boundaries. That's respecting yourself, and that's doing what's best for you. And that's really important during this time when there is so much going on and so many options for things to do, that sometimes you have to just just rest. And, it is really nice in the summertime. We have like all this extra literal energy from the sun, and the days last longer, so we feel more energized. But like, it is okay to just take a night off and chill too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do feel like summer guilt is a thing for me. Yeah. I if I'm not doing something, I feel guilty. Like if I'm not outside in the summer and it's nice out, I feel guilty. If I sit on the couch, I feel guilty in the summer. But you have to have the balance of like knowing that it's okay to do that too. Mm-hmm. And you need that in order to appreciate the next fun thing, mm-hmm. or to be present with the next fun thing. I've also really begin to embody some femininity, or bringing the femininity into summer, because it is like the sun is masculine. The summer peak energy is very masculine, and it's yang, winter mm-hmm. is yin, summer's yang. And so to invite some of that slow feminine presence into summer, like mm-hmm. finding practices that help you tap into more of that like feminine energy, I found has helped me a lot. And some of those things are, just putting on a really cute outfit that really invites your feminine summery goddess in, or like going to pick berries, going mm-hmm. to pick flowers, having a little picnic, dancing, in amongst the flowers, and just being present with nature. I know a lot of times it's like you go out hiking to like reach something, but instead like going out in nature and just being with nature can mm-hmm. embody a little bit more of that femininity. But I feel like just doing things that welcome that femininity, but also allows creativity to flow through you, because this time is very high energy and I think of the sun as like a way of fueling your growth and fueling your passions. And because the sun is so present at this time, soaking that in and allowing yourself to be creative and doing something that fuels your own passion and creativity with that energy is super duper important.
I completely agree. I also think like part of femininity is like this intuitiveness and like following that to your highest excitement. I've been doing that on a daily basis, and that's my favorite part about summer. And I've also noticed that like myself and so many other people, like in the summertime, sometimes you just run around barefoot and no makeup and just enjoy it and go swimming and just, do whatever. Mm-hmm. And you just I feel really comfortable just being myself in the summertime. It's mm-hmm. like, I don't care anymore. Like
wild
we're just,
woman.
Yes, that embodying that natural, wild femininity. Like, oh, I love it. Yes, that's my favorite part.
And that kind of brings me into Cancer season, because we are in Cancer season, and Cancer is a feminine sign. And I think that Cancer is perfectly placed because it is having you invite some of that femininity in when things are starting to get really busy and mm-hmm. maybe feel overwhelming. So Cancer is a feminine sign. It is a water sign, and it is a very intuitive sign. So it is going to invite you to kind of look within, make sure you're listening to your emotional guidance system. How are you feeling? What feels best to you? And it is inviting you to go more with the flow, which we have a whole episode about. And, Cancer really does help you to embody that and to kind of go with the flow of summer. And it also, with it being a more emotional sign, a water sign, being more intuitive and in tune with your emotions, it is kind of the doorway into awareness and self-realization. In the summer, we are kind of bringing our manifestations to fruition. Mm-hmm. And if there's something that you really were wanting to call in or planting seeds for that isn't quite blossoming, you can kind of maybe feel that resistance. And it's a good time to look within, notice that, and make changes from this point on, because it is a good time for you to kind of gain momentum or motivation towards your goals, because it's higher energy. If you can look within and realize like where you're at, what you still want to call in, and then we can then move forward from there and begin to make changes or, adjustments from there to bring whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you're trying to call in.
I think that's such a big part of that is moving from a place of faith. Like, and I also feel that during the summer, like, especially when you think about like the energy of like summer love, you let go of the fear, you let go of like trying to control circumstances, and you just allow. And when you're acting out of that place of faith, like, you can allow yourself to be vulnerable no matter like what the situation is. To let go of that fear and control is what really allows you to be truly authentic and to really move with the energy of the moment, you know?
Yeah. Yes, I totally agree. So I think Cancer is just a really good way to embody that and to help kind of allow you to relax into summer or to receive summer. And also it asks you to nurture yourself and others, of course. So going back to like setting boundaries and making sure you're saying no when you don't want to do something, and listening to your emotions, like, and how can you nurture yourself more, nourish yourself more, so that you can continue to blossom with Mother Earth at this time.
I think, you know, it is okay to allow your emotions to flow through you, and it's okay to allow other people to see that. And when you're doing that and you're really truly acting from that place of authenticity, even if it's in a vulnerable way, you attract what's truly aligned with you. And like, that's the magic of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of the magic of summer for me. I love just running around wild and doing what I want and enjoying it, you know?
Yes.
And also enjoying the downtime. Like, I know, like, anyone with anxiety sometimes struggles to not do anything. Like, it's difficult to just sit there and relax and not think about, oh, I have to do this and that and that. Like, when you relax, really let yourself be there. That changes everything. And then it also teaches you, you know, how to embody that presence when you are doing things too, which actually, in my opinion, lengthens time and makes time more valuable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think my favorite way to find stillness in the summer, or to encourage stillness, is when it's rainy or stormy. Sometimes it's like, oh, like the sun's not out today, but honestly, I love the rainy, stormy days, because it, in a way, it like forces you to stay inside and find stillness and be cozy and, you know, be more introspective. So I love a good rainy day in the summer.
So cozy.
Yeah.
Perfect
really
time. But also, like, I still do stuff sometimes. I love dancing in the rain, you know, and letting that kind of like wash out any energy.
For
like
sure.
It's so cleansing. It's so much fun. Or, you know, going to have a cup of tea somewhere, like watching the storm, or, you know, just sitting home with the windows open and listening to it, or, you know, painting or reading a book. Like, it's so cozy.
It just encourages like more stillness and slowing down and presence and all of that. So I just love a good summer rainy day.
Me too. I love all of summer. The whole thing is just so wonderful and beautiful. It really is.
Yeah. And when there is a rainy day, it's almost like a reminder for me, like, oh yeah, it's okay. I gotta slow down.
Yeah,
I see you.
yeah,
I get
it. Yeah. It's such a balance, you know, like everything. You want to, you know, do as much as you can while you can and enjoy it as much as you can. But also, in order to enjoy it, you have to be nurturing to yourself and, you know, to let yourself rest and, you know, re-up your energy.
Yes, like replenish your energy.
Replenish, that's the word.
Yes. I do find, you know, for us, we're so far up north that our warm days are limited. And I know that we look forward to it, and it's almost like when summer finally comes, it's almost like so exciting and so much of like a release of like something we've been waiting for, that it can be so intense. And I think that does lead to us wanting to do so much to fit all this stuff in this like very short period of time. But I always find myself, you know, at the beginning, I'm like worried about how fast summer's going by. But at the end of summer, I'm always ready. Yeah. I'm always like, okay, I did all the things. I'm really happy. I feel good. And then come fall, it's almost like, again, a relief. It's like, okay, like summer, I'm ready for summer to be over. I'm ready to move on.
It's like when you're on a vacation, you're like, I love this so much. I just want to do as many things as possible. And then by the time you're done, you're like, I cannot wait to get to my own bed.
Yes.
I think that living in a place with seasons really teaches you how to appreciate what's going on here now.
Yes.
And that is so amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we've said it before, but it really is amazing and wonderful, and really allows us to embody the entirety of the cycle of life, the complete cycle from death to rebirth and everything in between. So it just
true unconditional joy, you know, to find that appreciation unconditionally, whether it's summer, winter, raining, sunny, you know, snowing, falling leaves, whatever it is, to learn how to just embody that joy unconditionally. It's so good.
It's always so beautiful and magical. Like I feel like I could cry. I don't know if it's like the Cancerian energy, but I'm like the beautiful green leaves, and then thinking about them changing, and the snowflakes, and like all of the things, and the flowers coming out, like being able to see and experience all of that is like so amazing. Like Mother Earth is so
infinite abundance. It truly shows us the cycle of life. It is so special. It's so magical.
Yeah.
And I feel that magic like extra in the summertime. Like I go out and pick flowers, and sometimes butterflies land in my hand, and I'm like, this is so cool. Like I just love outside so much. And I just am so appreciative for the time that we have here now.
Yeah. I think that kind of moves into another important like energetic aspect of summer is abundance. It is such an abundant time. Nature is absolutely like blooming. There's all the plants are out and blossoming and blooming, and you can go outside and look at that, and like every time I look at the trees, even I'm like, oh my God, that's just so beautiful and amazing. And infinite abundance. We're surrounded by infinite life and abundance, and we've talked about before, like green is the color of abundance, and we're literally surrounded by it. So just like soaking up the abundance, and like making sure that you're appreciating that and having gratitude for that, having gratitude for Mother Earth and her abundance and what she is creating and offering and growing. If you can appreciate that, that will reflect even more in your own life. You'll call in more abundance in your own life if you're able to see it and appreciate it for what is here now in Mother Nature.
Yes. I think so many people work a lot in the summertime because like it's their on season, or you know, they just have more energy, or they have more time, or whatever it might be. But it's so important that if you want to attract abundance, you must appreciate the abundance that you have. And one of my favorite ways to embody that abundance, and it has worked for me so many times when I'm feeling lack, is to just go outside and appreciate the infinite shards of grass, the infinite leaves, the infinite types of plants, the infinite way that the sky changes every moment of every day. Like there is truly infinite abundance, and the summertime is, in my opinion, the best time to appreciate that and to witness that and to really submerge yourself in that. It's so good.
Yeah. And I think when you're doing that, that always brings me back to the present moment. It always brings me back, and it slows time, and you know, you feel at one with all that is, and it's really, really magical and amazing. Going off of that, like if you can encourage yourself to go outside and do that, think about all the amazing, abundant things around you individually, look at them, appreciate them, and then allow that feeling of abundance to grow inside of you. Like feel what that feels like inside of you. We talk about, you know, having to truly feel like you have something before you do. Maybe you don't know what it feels like to have an abundance of, say, money, or an abundance of love, or an abundance of something. If you're appreciating nature, and I think that most anyone could embody and feel the abundance of nature around you, and you don't even have to do anything. It's just there for you. So if you can take on that feeling of abundance, nature's abundance, you'll know what true abundance feels like, and you can attract whatever you are searching abundance in your life, if that makes any sense. But, it'll teach you how to feel and embody abundance, the feeling of abundance.
True abundance, yes. For me, it does make sense because many times anyone who's ever struggled with like depression, anxiety has probably felt like when they wake up, they immediately go into that vibration, right? And so for a long time for me, I would wake up like that, like, oh, something's wrong. I need to do something. I need to go somewhere. Like, it's like this panic over nothing. Literally, it's a lie. It's crazy. But I would go outside and do yoga, and sometimes not even doing yoga, just sitting outside and looking around would take me out of that cycle in my head and allow me to find that true embodiment. And the truth is, you are infinite abundance. Like, not only is there infinite abundance here for you, but you are it. There's infinite abundance of love, of money, of actually everything. And it sounds funny, but start to think about it. There is truly infinite abundance of people. People are born and die every day. The life cycle continues. As far as you can remember in your consciousness, there's only ever been here now. Your time has never ended. You can't remember a time where time wasn't. It always is. It always is. You cannot remember a time where you couldn't take another breath. There are infinite abundance of breaths to take. There are infinite abundance of people to meet. You meet new people every day. You run into new people you've never seen before every single day. And the summertime for me, it clicks with me. It resonates with me so much. And, you get out of the house more. So you're able to witness this, whether it be in nature or at the store or at a concert or whatever. Think about it. There's infinite abundance of everything, everything. There's new music made every day. There's new books written every day. There's new meals. Unfortunately, there's genetically modified organisms that are made every day. I mean, there's infinite abundance of absolutely everything. And I think that is one of the main energies of summer is that abundance. I love it.
Yeah. I'm again crying because it's so amazing and so true. And I definitely feel it more in the summer as well, because it's such a time of vitality and hope and renewal. And it's so easy to feel that in the summer. And I think that's the purpose of summer, is to remind you what that feels like. Remind yourself. And sometimes I catch myself saying I wish I could bottle up a summer day and put it in a jar and then take it out in the middle of winter.
Yes.
But if you know what this feels like, you can always return to that, even in your darkest hour, your darkest time. So, just really appreciating this beauty and becoming one with nature and one with the forces that be out here, know, that there's so much wisdom and perfection and calculation even for each season to occur and come back every single year. It's so amazing.
True magic. Let go of fear, doubt, worry. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to go anywhere. You're already whole, and forget time. Just run around barefoot, naked outside.
Exactly.
That's what summer really is. Remembering and embodying who and what you truly are, which is that infinite abundance, that unconditional love, light energy.
Yes. And the sun, it is representative of love, light, energy. Again, it's your reminder that you are love, light, energy. And another little ritual that you can do is lay in the sun and allow that white light in either encase your body or let it radiate all the way within and coat every single little piece of your body with this beautiful loving light energy, and let it again fuel your growth, fuel your energy, and let it just let it resonate inside of you, this beautiful love light energy. Notice what that feels like. Just another great way to literally soak up summer and
Yes.
to embody summer and to heal mind,
Yes.
body, soul.
Yes, yes. The sun, which it seems so obvious, but I found this meditation one day in the wintertime, like the deep darks of January.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about how the sun is quite literally source energy. And even in the depths of winter, you can still envision that. So practicing that in the summertime and allowing the sun, because the sun actually truly does not only re-energize you, but actually heals and cleanses and helps transmute energy within you.
Mm-hmm.
You can really, really learn to embody that in the summertime, and then you can do it again whenever you need it, anytime, any place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so reinvigorating to have that in your little toolbox.
Mm-hmm. It's so true. And the sun, it does fuel the growth of literally everything on our planet.
It is source energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
source energy.
Yeah. I had heard that before too, and it like, obviously, like, that like on an unconscious level or an unaware level, but like when you truly think about that, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And the sun is a star. I don't know, I just think that is unbelievably amazing.
It really is.
It's so magical. Like, this world is pure magic.
It is. And I mean, so many people say that we're made of stardust, and I read something the other day that there's actually like scientific evidence behind that, because of, I believe it's like what's in the plasma of our blood is actually the same elements that are in stardust. So we are literally stardust. And the sun is source energy. Like, it's so really.
And the sun is a star.
Yes.
So we're therefore source energy. It's science.
It's quite interesting, like thinking about religion as well. Like, we are all the children of God, or the sons of God. There's so many different ways. Literally, we say this in every episode, but everything is intertwined. Everything.
Yes. And we're just like unveiling more and more in each episode, like linking our little puzzle together.
Yeah, I love it.
So yeah, we're just out here living our best wild woman summer. I wanted to kind of go into the aspect of like magic. So crystals, I sell crystals. I love crystals. I could talk about them all day. So some good crystals that are good for the summer, or if you want to use them later on to help embody this feeling of summer, are stones that are typically, they're going to be like yellow, red, orange. So thinking about citrine, this is like the stone of happiness. It is a stone for abundance, of joy, happiness. And there is carnelian. This is going to kind of activate your solar plexus. It is a very like masculine stone to call in this fiery, passionate energy. There's also sunstone. I'm wearing sunstone today. Kind of speaks for itself. It is, a stone for vitality. And also thinking of like chakras, to me, summer is kind of healing or embodying or opening up the solar plexus chakra. So if you have concerns around that, or if you want to embody more of your of that energy center, summer is a really good time to activate that and heal that, if you will. Which solar, which like that kind of makes sense. Yeah. So the solar plexus is kind of more of that masculine energy, more of that determination, more of that that confidence, that willpower, going after your goals and your manifestations. And that is the color yellow. So your solar plexus is the color of yellow. But if we want to tie that in with the sacral chakra, that's where we can find more of that balance of that like feminine energy of connecting to that creative energy part of us and that more feminine part of us as well.
See, the reason I was thinking sacral is because yesterday I did a yoga session to open the sacral chakra, and it's orange, which is also like color of fire and sun. So that's why I was thinking sacral, but I mean both summertime energy.
One of the main purposes of this episode is like embodying both, like finding balance with both the feminine and masculine. It's not one or the other, which is so amazing. And we do have a whole episode on feminine and masculine energies. So check that out if you're interested in hearing more of that. Do we want to talk about like what we do in the summer?
I guess I would say like go skinny dipping, go and run around barefoot the whole time.
Anything with fire, like the fire element.
Dance around a fire.
Yes, you can do fire gazing. You can do that with a candle or with a real fire, like gazing into the fire and, you know, focusing on a goal or focusing on a feeling. It can really amplify that. You can burn your things that you want to release. So literally writing it on paper and letting that burn, just symbolizing letting that go or transforming that, because I think the fire element is so much about transformation as well.
I also kind of feel like it's like a more social time, you know, which is a great time to build deeper connections with people. Like when you're allowing yourself to be your authentic self, and then also to leave the house, which is something we don't do so much in the winter. That's when you're attracting like the true resonant connections. And I find that like the older I get and the more that I expand, the more I attract people, either new individuals who resonate even deeper with me, or people who I've known for a very long time start to resonate deeper with me. Like we expand together. And in the summertime, you have more time to go out and enjoy those friendships and be vulnerable and authentic with each other and really attract that life that you want. And I think, you know, in the wintertime, especially around here, a lot of people just become hermits, right? And it's so important to build that community, to have those people around you. It really changes your life because we are all one. And, you know, humans need human connection more than we need food and water, actually. It is our number one human need, is that human connection. I think the summertime is just the most perfect time to really build that and really embody that.
Yeah. So welcome like new experiences, new friendships, like go out for ice cream, go try a new restaurant,
talk to strangers,
start a new hobby.
Yeah.
Like this is a good time to start a new hobby or to try something new. It's just like fun and adventurous and spontaneous, which I think is, again, very much what we're being called to do right now.
I love it.
Yes.
And also I think it's worth noting that today is a super full moon in Capricorn. And I think that that's like, you're going to hear this episode on Friday, but if you have experienced like intense emotions this week, I think you're not the only one feeling it. So I've definitely been feeling it too.
And it will be a little bit after the fact, but I think it's important to kind of think about, you know, we're talking about finding balance between the feminine and masculine. So we're in Cancer season. It's intuitive, it's flowy, it's a little bit more emotional, it's feminine. And the Capricorn full moon is kind of coming in to create a little bit of structure around that femininity. You know, we've talked about in our feminine and masculine episode, the masculine kind of provides that safe container for the feminine to feel safe. So the Capricorn energy is kind of welcoming this little bit of structure to provide support to our desires and support for, you know, transmuting some of these emotions that are coming up or that we're identifying during Cancer season. And, you know, transmuting the emotions into goals and focus goals and how to calculate tangible results from our desires. So, you know, it's inviting a little bit more of like self-discipline and self-trust and determination. So, you know, again, finding that balance between the feminine and masculine during this time.
I see it a lot as like two. So we're talking about like Cancer and intuitive, like I think the polar end to that is acting on intuition versus acting on impulse. And then when the Capricorn energy comes in with that structure, it's like, okay, intuition and, you know, fun and excitement and spontaneity, but also boundaries and also structure and like, you know, make a list of all the things that you need to get done. You can't just run around barefoot all day, even though I want to.
Exactly.
So, you know, make a list and then get it done when you feel like it, when you have the time. Like we're always talking about inspired action. You know, the inspired part is that kind of feminine, like you want to do it, you have to align with that energy. And the action is that more masculine, structured, like you still have to be confident and take action.
Yeah. Just kind of going off that a little bit as like masculine energy is more like that like extrovertedness too, which is where that kind of like where in the summer where we are more like a little more outgoing and a little more social and a little more
A
doing,
social butterfly.
Yeah.
And there's butterflies everywhere. Have you guys seen them? I love them.
Yes, I have to point out every single one.
Me too. Look, there's a butterfly.
With everything, going back to the feminine masculine of summer, nature is beautiful and abundant, and there's flowers and it's magical, but nature itself is also working a lot harder right now. It's growing like exponentially, and that takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. Whereas like in the winter, there's nothing growing. Nature is not working hard. Nature's resting. But in the summer, it is like going and growing and doing the things, and it's working harder.
And it's wild.
And yes. So, it's just, that's what it is. I don't know. I love it.
It is what it is, and we love it.
I hope that resonated with you guys. I hope you liked that. This episode has felt really amazing to share with you guys, and our main goal is to raise the frequency, and I feel like what we just shared with you are like cosmic download. I just feel like this is one of our highest vibrational episodes we've ever done.
I agree. And I feel like it just keeps building. So thank you so much, as always, for being a part of this. We couldn't do it without you, and we love you so much. And let's pull a card and see what else the universe has to say to us today.
Yes. So we always like to end our episodes with a card pull. If you're new, this is the Moon Witch deck, and on the inside it says all the answers lie within. So I'm just going to tap into the energy of summer, just see what the universe is wanting to share with us today. So just bear with me here.
Oh my God, it couldn't be more perfect. Always. 2 of Cups. Cups is hearts, water, change. It is fall, but it's also love. That's so happy. It's 2 girls. They both have cups. They look like they're about to cheers. So cheers to us and that energy. I want to say, while you're finding this, to truly love is to embody love and to trust that love, to trust that no matter if a connection is, quote unquote lost, if someone leaves or whatever, that you are still loved, that there is nothing to lose. I said to somebody, like, this is kind of a gamble, and they said life is a gamble, and I was like, he just called me out. But he's so right. Like, it is. And just to have that faith in your well-being and that you are truly loved, there's nothing to ever lose, is how you really attract that.
The main themes around the 2 of Cups are friendship, partnership, connection, unity, respect, and cooperation. The 2 of Cups depicts 2 witches holding golden cups and peacefully talking to each other. They are joining forces to pursue their goals and committing to share with one another. Together, they form a perfect balance. When the 2 of Cups appears in a reading, it usually suggests the start of a new relationship, exciting collaboration, or creative partnership. It may also preface the successful development of an existing relationship, whether romantic or platonic. Perhaps you share mutual interests and dreams, or you treat each other with respect. The aura of harmony and respect is always present when you are together. It could also signify a reconciliation between you and someone else, finally reaching a compromise or mutual understanding. The reversed energy of the card says that the 2 of Cups usually points to a lack of harmony, support, or trust in your relationships. There may also be a presence of jealousy. Again, these could be friendships, romantic relationships, platonic, business, family affairs, etc. The main lesson of the reversed 2 of Cups is to love yourself unconditionally. Everything starts with self-love. When you love, accept, and honor yourself unconditionally, you show up as your best self. You treat yourself with respect and do not expect anything less from others. You do not project any worries or insecurities on the people around you. You trust and love yourself, and the world reflects that back to you.
So good. I thought too, when you were reading that reverse thing, one of the greatest lessons that I've ever learned is to celebrate other people's wins, to really recognize that we are all truly one. Jealousy ceases to be, because you see others as a reflection of yourself. And, you know, when you really let go of ego, there's also not judgment towards others either. So there's not, you know, this like, oh, I don't want to be like that, or I'm judging you. And there's not this, oh, I wish I were like you and I'm not. It's, I am you and you're me. And it's so beautiful.
That is beautiful. I was actually just listening to the interview that Jay Shetty did with Kim Kardashian.
Oh.
And one of the things that she talks about, I can't remember the question that he had asked her, but she had basically said that, you know, in her circle of people, she has nothing but like supportive, loving people that are always, you know, there's no judgment, there's no jealousy, there's no competition, and they, you know, they're always supportive of each other. And she's aware of the fact that, you know, when she invites people to her events and stuff, that they are on a much larger scale than her friends. And she talked about like her friends being, you know, people she's been friends with since elementary school. And she says, even though like their events or their parties or their things that I'm going to are not on the scale of hers, she's so happy and excited to be going to them and going to their things and supporting them. And just like, you know, none of them feel like threatened by each other or like insecurity or anything. It's just like this circle of love and light and collaboration. And even if they're on different journeys or don't like agree with each other, they're always just there, unconditionally loving and supportive. And, you know, it's not telling them what they should do. It's just like allowing their life to unfold, but supporting them in whatever way they need along that way. And I just thought it was really amazing. And it kind of showed like when you embody that in yourself, like that's what you attract around you as well. And like, and
create,
when you are like embodying that towards others, like that's what you are going to receive back from them, and it'll reflect back. But just the way that she had described that, it was kind of what this all is saying. And it was just really magical, and like everything that I could wish for in like friendships and relationships and family. And
I feel so lucky because I feel like we have that, and I have that in so many areas within my life. And like my friends and family have taught me true unconditional love. Now I'm the one emotional, but honestly, there's nothing more precious or valuable.
So I'll leave you guys with that. We're just falling.
We're just crying now, but they're happy tears. That said, we love you guys.
Love you. We'll see you in our next episode. If you like this episode, please like, comment, share, raise the frequency with us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.